Have you been struggling to lose weight even though you're on the carnivore or keto diet? Well, me too. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk to you about three things. One, monitoring my blood ketones and glucose levels. Two, the device that I'm going to be using to monitor my ketones and blood glucose, which is the Keto Mojo GK Plus, which is a mouthful, but we'll get to it and I'll show you that device. And third, I'm going to show you why I believe I'm not losing weight even though I'm on the carnivore diet. So I hope this video helps you to take a closer look at what you're doing, and if you're not losing weight, hopefully it sheds some light on how you can change course and start to lose weight again. Before we get to it, I'm Dave. I'm an aspiring Appalachian Trail thru hiker and newbie carnivore. I've been using the carnivore diet for over 150 days and have lost a substantial amount of weight, I think upwards to about 45 pounds. And I've hit a stall, so I am looking for ways to help me to kind of jumpstart my weight loss, because I only have like 82 days before I hit the Appalachian Trail, and it's getting a little nerve-wracking. Hopefully I can go on there very healthy. So first I'm going to talk about blood ketones and glucose levels. I have been tracking my almost daily glucose and ketone levels for just about a month. And in doing so, I'm starting to see some trends with my ketone level. And why is this important? Well, the higher your ketone levels are and the lower your glucose levels are lead to different ratios that help to kind of give us an idea of why we're losing weight or why we're not losing weight. I use what's called the GKI, which is the glucose ketone index, and I'm also using the Dr. Boz ratio. So I'm going to show you my chart, and then I'm going to kind of talk about this a little bit. So I'll put the chart up now. So if you're looking at my chart right now, I have several columns, and basically on the left side you're going to see the date and then the time where I measured my ketones and glucose using the Keto Mojo GK Plus, which I will have a link in the description below. But you will see that I have a what's before, meaning early on I wasn't fasting. I was taking naps, eating dinner, and telling you roughly in the next column how many fasting hours I had. I have taken this chart from Dr. Boz. I'm giving her all the credit for developing this chart for capturing my my glucose and ketone level. So with this chart, I find that my glucose levels have been ranging below, for the most part, below 100, which is a healthy range for fasting glucose. My ketone levels, however, have not gone over 0.9. And if you look at the chart where it's the pink and multicolored columns, the glucose ketone index, which you can find how they get that in in many textbooks. But what that shows is the level of glucose to ketones that you have in your body, and whether or not that is helping to promote weight loss or fat loss. The higher your levels of ketones, the better chance of you that you're burning fat as opposed to sugar, and that you're fat adapted. So if you look at this, you'll just quickly scan. I have divided it up. Anything that's in pink is when I'm not in a good ketosis level. And if you look at the GKI, or the glucose ketone index, what you'll see is that several times I got into a either low or moderate amount of ketosis. So the disconcerting part is Dr. Boz, for weight loss, in her ratio states that it's really good to get under 80 on her ratio, and I have only come close once, and that is a emboldened number on that pink column of the Boz autophagy ratio, which you can take a look at that. And so I'm not very proud of it. What have I learned about myself when I'm looking at the charts? One, if you look at the chart, there is a magic number. When I hit about 20 hours of fasting, that is when I had my best Dr. Boz autophagy ratio. Anything less than that, and my numbers aren't so good. So what I'm learning is, and this is self-diagnosed, that I am insulin resistant. And being insulin resistant, it is hard for me to create ketones. So what that tells me is I need to fast longer. I need to fast cleaner. I need to make sure I have my electrolytes in. I need to make sure I have enough fluid, and don't overdo the coffee. I drink black coffee while I'm fasting, which is something I just started to do. And in doing so, it has helped with my numbers, but my ketones are still fairly low. So why is this important? Well, as I've said earlier, a high level of ketones is going to show that you're burning fat for energy and you're more fat adapted. My levels, I believe, have been so low for so long that it's taking me some time for my body to adjust to carnivore. And it's interesting because a lot of us go into the carnivore diet and thinking, okay, just eat meat, animal products, steak, etc., and we'll lose weight and we'll be happy and we'll get healthy. But I think that that is only part of the picture. I think my body still needs a little encouragement to regain that health, and part of it is showing up with lower ketone levels. Part of that is, asking myself, have I done anything wrong? Have I eaten a carnivore diet incorrectly? Which if you listen to or you watch a lot of the other YouTube videos, they talk about just the different varieties of how people eat. For example, Dr. Berry talks about beef, bacon, butter, and eggs. And I believe that's what his 3 B's and an E are. And then Anthony, or Dr. Anthony Chafee, talks about just eating steak and adding some salt to his meals. And others have different varieties. Some people add a little bit of fruit. So for me, I'm questioning myself, am I doing something wrong? And the only thing I can point it to is I was drinking coffee with cream. And I know a lot of people can get away with that, but I believe that breaks my fast and it prevents me from really switching over to, improving my ketone levels. So what will I do going forward? And I hope this stuff helps, because I've been doing this for roughly half a year, and others have done it the same. And if you get a stall, hopefully the information I'm giving you is going to help you. But I'm reading a book called The Keto Continuum. It is a book by Dr. Annette Bosworth. And I believe that she has really found a key for people who are not losing weight, but it's more so from the standpoint of, let's get healthy so that we can lose weight. And she has what's called the Keto Continuum. So I'm in the middle of reading that. It's been a very helpful book to kind of put things in perspective, that She comes at it from a keto standpoint, not a carnivore standpoint, knowing, she talks a little bit about carnivore, whether you're on keto or carnivore. But her main point is let's change our body chemistry so that we can get into ketosis in a healthy manner and then be able to basically be healthy and lose weight. The other thing that I'm doing is I'm trying different techniques to up my ketone level. I've ordered ketones in a can, which is, again, that's one of Dr. Bosworth's products. I'm also going to up my butter intake, even if it slows my weight loss, because I want to add more fat to help stimulate the liver into creating more ketones. I'm going to see how that works. And then I'm also going to introduce using some MCT oil. Again, another Dr. Bosworth product. I will have links in the description below for these products. You can buy whichever ones you want. I'm not pushing them, but I am promoting them because I feel kind of on the right course for my choice. So whether you disagree with me or you agree with me on the steps that I'm going to take, I would really like to have you comment below, because that way we can learn from each other, we can help each other grow, and hopefully prevent any further stalls in weight loss. And like I said earlier, the reason why I'm on this push to lose weight as quickly as possible is because I'm going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail and I don't want to go into it too heavy. A lot of people have said, well, you don't want to lose too much weight. And they're right. And there's a good chance I will still be 30 pounds overweight when I hit the trail. So I have a little buffer room. If you did like this video, please consider sharing it with somebody who you think might benefit from this. So subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, and hopefully I will see you in the next video. Thanks, and happy hiking.